of Russia's Chechnya region and an ally of Russian President Vladimir Putin saying that he has traveled into Ukraine to meet Chechen troops attacking Kyiv. Kadyrov is heading Chechen fighters owing allegiance to Putin and spearheading the military assault on Kyiv. That's the big breaking news we're bringing to you at this point of time. Gaurav Sawant still live from war-torn Ukraine with us at the moment. Gaurav, updates coming in on Chechnya leader in Ukraine for talks with the troops. This, of course, juxtaposed against the fourth round of peace talks that the whole world is waiting by for a plausible solution. Tell us a little about the Chechnyan leader in Ukraine and what can be expected.
So the Chechen fighters considered extremely fierce they're carrying out irregular operations. They're trying to move in and destroy Ukrainian defenses, infiltrating inside harsh environment, and the Chechens are fighting alongside the Russians. So while the Russian regularized motorized divisions and mechanized divisions, they are moving forward on one axis, the Chechen fighters and irregulars are actually they're degrading the Ukrainian defenses everywhere they go. The fact that he's saying that they're very close to Kyiv is a cause for grave concern as far as Ukraine is concerned, because this is an indication, and like we've seen, whether in Irpin or Bucha or in Brovary or along that axis, the information is, while the Ukrainians, and very bravely, so you have their regular army, you have their territorial army, you have the civil defense, and you have the militia. The civil defense and the irregulars are the ones who are trying to find out who these Chechens are, or trying to find out who the Russian forces, or including Spetsnaz, their special forces, infiltrating in plain clothes, in civil cars, pretending to be Ukrainian with fake identification, coming behind Ukrainian lines and then striking from behind. These Chechen fighters are also fighting alongside. They've also been reported that, at least it's being reported here, that a very major amphibious assault is likely to take place on the Odessa side, which is the south axis. Kherson is already in control of the Russians. The Russian Black Sea Fleet
for the uninitiated, Gaurav, one clarification is Russia using propaganda about Chechen soldiers in Ukraine for the uninitiated, if you could clarify that.
So more than propaganda, the information is that Chechen fighters are actually fighting on ground. That's the information that is coming in. That Chechen fighters, whether it was on the east axis or the north axis, they were trying to sabotage Ukraine's defenses. Russia, of course, maintains that it's only their regular army, their mechanized motorized divisions that are on ground, and their air force and missile forces striking from the skies. The information is that, they have their Wagner forces, they have these Chechen forces, and they have irregulars, including militia and mafia, who are infiltrating and carrying out tasks of sabotaging defenses, and which is a cause for concern here. And this multi-pronged offensive that is now being mounted, or at least intensification of operations, moving from the south axis, moving from the east axis, moving from the north axis, and bombing the western axis. This would, in a way, in the days ahead, if these talks don't succeed, in days ahead, it will completely isolate Kyiv and restrict the movement of
So this means, Gaurav, that the Chechen troops could perhaps play a key role in Russia's push as far as seizing Kyiv is concerned?
Infiltrating, yes. Damaging defenses, yes. Taking out, carrying out specialized operations, yes. Now, these Chechen rebels at one time, or Chechen fighters now, they are considered extremely fierce. They are battle-hardened. Russia, of course, fought Chechnya, then took control, and subsequently is harnessing, if you were to use the Russian perspective, or exploiting, if you were to use the Ukrainian perspective, these elements, and the fact that they are being talked about, and it is being talked about for some time now, that they have infiltrated into this region. They are carrying out the fight in several pockets. So it is a cause for grave concern as far as Ukraine Ukraine is concerned, and that is why Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky is repeatedly warning NATO countries. They're saying if you don't stop Russia right now, this attack that's happening on Ukraine today will happen on your countries in the days and years ahead, because Russia will not stop. President Putin will not stop just with Ukraine. And the situation in Ukraine on day 19 of this conflict, Chaiti, is extremely grim.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Gaurav Sawant reporting from war-torn Ukraine, getting you all the latest ground reports. Stay with us, Gaurav.